And you'd say, show me one thing in the universe that doesn't have thickness. And then I'd say, well, wait a second. I'm talking to you about a mathematical structure that exists as math. And you're like, I don't want to hear about math that isn't immediately referenced to physics. First of all, that's not how this game goes.
When did math separate from accounting for physical things? Was the beginning of imaginary numbers?
The beginning of imagination. I mean, if I have a picture from AI of a woman that doesn't exist, but no, you can't tell the fact that that was generated by an AI, are you going to say that that graphics file doesn't exist? No, the graphics file exists. Mathematics has a physically independent structure. It is a system of logic. Then you have this very weird thing, which is, Eugene Wigner famously talked about the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics in the physical sciences. But, David Tong, I think, talked about the unreasonable effectiveness of physics in the mathematical sciences. Many of us have had that for the last 50 years since Simons and Yang. And then there's also this thing which people associate with Max Tegmark, which is older, which is the mathematical universe, that the math is the basis, that there is a point at which the map becomes the territory, to borrow from our friends in the psychedelic community. Now, I can hear you, I can understand you, I can track you, but what you were doing when you were lecturing is terrible. It's really, really bad, because you have points. And by going over them and saying the super dramatic thing, you are in fact causing people who don't trust Tony Fauci, let's say, because Tony Fauci shouldn't be trusted, to say maybe we can't trust mathematics. Now, I have a lot of competitors, enemies, people I really don't like. I have stalkers who actually stalk my family and interfere in my personal life, who have PhDs, okay? My level of disagreement with them about the physical universe and the mathematical universe is essentially zero up to 1973. We don't really start to see a breakdown in the community of science, I think, until the 1980s.
And why is that?
Well, money. And power. Money and power. Ronald Reagan brought in a guy named Eric House to the NSF, and the universities stopped expanding and they started playing games. We had a thing called the Mansfield Amendment, which got the military out of science, which was a disaster. There's a lot of things that happened. Okay?
But imagine if science took a wrong turn